Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I am going to be playing with the new Adept Cosmetics Seahorse palette. We're going to do some swatches together. I'm going to create a look. I'll let you guys know if this is worth the higher price tag. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bri and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Alright, hello and welcome my spring babes. I feel like Adept Cosmetics has been coming out with a lot of launches lately. I feel like every other week I'm doing a video on one of their products, but they're very cool, innovative, creative brand, and they come out with some very interesting releases. But this is the Seahorse palette. This goes for $140, so it is on the pricier side. It's full of special multi-chromes, and I think there's one dual chrome in this palette. Now, I got this on early release if you sign up for like their newsletter and get emails from them, but then it officially launches on May 26th, I believe. I mean, all this info will be in the description below, but this is how the palette looks up close. It's very pretty, two little seahorses, and then it has kind of an ombre effect on the packaging. And then here's the back of it. Now it's super reflective, so hopefully I'm not hurting your eyes because it keeps reflecting off the lights in here. Try my best to show it. And then in the palette, this is what it looks like. There's a big mirror. It says do not disturb on the mirror, which I'm not sure why. But here are all the shades. It's very pastel, spring, light, metallic. So perfect for the season that we're in right now. It says that this palette has 14 precious gem iridescent multi-chromes and one semi-precious gem dual chrome. I love how they describe their shades. It says that this palette is 100% free of taupe, glitter, mineral white oil, and BHT. And it also says that the shimmers all have a translucent base. And it does also mention that there are shades in here that are considered multi-chrome pigments, which technically aren't safe on the eyes at US standards, but they are safe on the eyes in Europe. But whatever you feel comfortable with, I don't mind using pigments on the eyes. It also says that you want to store this in a cool, dry place, and that the pans are magnetic, so you can take them out, switch them out. I think most of their palettes are like that. It also recommends using a very good primer with these shimmery shadows and applying them with either a finger or a very stiff brush to like minimize some of the shimmer fallout. So that is basically all the info. So I think we should now get into the swatches, because I do want to show you guys as I'm swatching them and try to capture the shift for you guys, and then we'll get into the look. So let me get a little closer. Very excited. A lot of these shimmers actually look like they're more on the smooth side. Some look a little foiled, but we're about to see. So the first shade is called Courtship. Now I couldn't find any actual shade descriptions on each of the shades, or I may have missed it, but we are going to see what they're all about. Now this looks like there's pink, gold, and blue to this one. This does feel a little flaky. I do see you having shimmer fallout with this if you use it on the eyes, but it seems very pretty. Can you guys see the shift? Blue, I definitely see pink, and I see some like kind of yellow or like gold going through it. Then we have the shade called Big Belly, and this one's also pretty light. So this one seems on the smoother side, more like a kind of grayish blue. I think maybe there's some teal going through this one and purple, but they're very light. I'm trying to build them up a little bit. So there's the first two shades. Now we're going into Tiger Tail, which this one looks like it has blue to it, maybe purple. Oh yeah, I can see a very strong like purpley shift to this. And let's put that there. Ooh. But it is also very bright. There's blue, purple, and I think green in here. Maybe some like gold as well. They're super reflective. The next shade is called Giraffe. This one right here. This one looks kind of like a lavendery shade, a little bit more textured, but very pretty. Let's see. There's a lot of like kind of lavendery shades in here. And this one, yeah, it's a little on the thicker side, but whoa, that's super reflective. So these all have kind of like lavendery shifts to them. And then the last one on this row is called Low Crown. This one also looks very lavendery. This one is definitely on the smoother side than the other ones. Almost felt like a satin when I was swatching in here. Oh yeah, see, this is very smooth. There's not really any texture to that one. This one looks like a blue to gold. This might be the dual chrome, I think, maybe. And now getting into the next row, we have Courtship, which is very blue, but I do see that there's like some pink in here. Ooh, that's pretty. These are just very soft, pastel-y shimmer tones. I don't know if you can see the shifts on any of these. Then the next shade, which is also like a blue to kind of pinky shifty shade. This is called, I think it's Fig Me Thorny. I think that's how you say that word. And this one does feel pretty smooth too. Not as textured. So this one kind of feels like this one did. See, there's some similarities between these two. They're very close. Almost feel like they're a little too similar. And these ones too up here. Then this one is called, I think it's either Tyro or Tiro. This is the only one that has this kind of swirly marbled effect in the pan. It looks like there's pink, blue, and orange going through this one. I'll show you on the finger. It's very light. Let's see, yeah, so there's pink and gold. I mean, this is what it looks once you just swirl into the pan. Let's see if I can pick up some more. This is the first time I've ever seen them do like a marbled pan like that. But yeah, all very, very light. This one right here called False Eye. This one looks really pretty, maybe on the minty side. I'm trying to pick them up as best as possible. Yeah, it's like a very light minty iridescent. Ooh, I don't know if there's any, maybe there's some blue in here, maybe some pink, but I mainly see the minty green. Now going on to Narrow Bellied. This one, ooh, I love. It's kind of a like brighter green shade, a little bit more pigmented, I would say. Seems like there's a little bit more color to the base to this one. Yeah, there's a little bit of like a limey greenness to this. I can see that there's like some gold and there's probably some blue in here too. We have the shade called Long Snout, which looks like a peachy pinky shade. It's a little fiery peachy shade. Ooh, look at that. Very pretty. Yeah, see, this has pink going through it. Pink, peach, orange. And I think there's some green. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's definitely green going through this shade as well. Then the next shade, I believe, is pronounced Paradoxal. This one is also kind of greeny. Maybe there's gold in here. Maybe orange. Maybe pink. And there's Paradoxal. Yeah, there's pink to this one. Some green. And I'm assuming maybe like some orange. This one is like more orange. This one is like a little bit more pinky. Going on to the shade called Sindo. This one here, it looks blue in the pan, but it has like a pinky shift going on to it. Now these are all supposed to be more on the like iridescent topper side, because it says they don't really have like a pigmented base. They're like, I guess, definitely more on the topper side. This one has green to it as well as pink and maybe gold. I mean, they're all kind of similar. I mean, similar vibes. Then we have the shade called Ponto. This one is a more brighter pink, definitely on the flakier side than some of the other shadows. A little thicker, what I've experienced in like their La Cienega palette. Yeah, but ooh, look at that shine. It's a beautiful pink, intense, metallic. I see green going through this one as well. And maybe some orange or gold. And then the very last shade is called Soft Coral. This too has pink going on, maybe some lavender. This one is also on the more flaky textured side. Oh yeah, that's a bright one as well. Woo, look at that. Oh, there's some green and fuchsia and blue. There's a lot going on in this one. Like I can see all these different shifts. I don't think it's picking up on camera. Oh, there we go. You see that? Oh my God. So these are all the shades that are in the palette. They're on the lighter side, but you see they're so pretty and soft. There are some shades that have a similar like shift and vibe. And then you see these ones are definitely the more like textured ones that are like super foiled. But I'm going to like show you them all swatched out really close to the camera. Try to capture it in like different lighting, the shifts and everything. And then we'll get into the look. Let's get into the palette now. I do want to use one of the shades as a highlighter because I forgot to put highlighter on. I do actually have the Adept Cosmetics Valentina palette on, and I have this shade right here. It's very glowy, but let's add a little bit more glow. So let's try using Long Snout as a highlighter. It's like a peachy, shifty one. And see if that will go on. I might need to wet the brush, but I figured why not? Ooh, wow. If you do like, you know, sparkly cheeks, I don't mind a little sparkle in my highlighters, but I've been loving using palettes for highlighters and blushes lately and making them more multi-use. But there, can you see it? It's like a peachy, orangey, gorgeous little shifty highlight on the cheeks. I love that. So now that I'm highlighted up, I'm ready to start putting some shadows on my eyes. So I am going to take this About Face eye paint and create a shape, and then everything is going to be filled in with the shimmers in the like space that's left over. Does that make any sense? So I'm gonna take this Glisten Cosmetics brush, and I'm just gonna paint the little tip here so we can create the shape. I'm not actually gonna use this applicator, it's too big. And I'm just going to create like a arch and wing because I think that's going to be best. I did also prime my eyes with the Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer in #1. In case you're wondering, I like using that when I'm going to put really light colors and light shimmers on my eyes to give like more of a white base for them to show up. But just doing that. Then I'm going to connect it down. I think that shape is okay. And I'm going to do that on the other eye as well. So there's the shape for now. I can always go and clean it up later with a Q-tip if I want to get the lines a little bit more precise, but that's basically it. I think it looks fine for now. So let's start slapping shimmers on our eyes. I will probably lay a little bit of glitter primer down just to avoid fallout. So I'm going to go into this Glimmer Grasp from Unearthly Cosmetics and tap that all on the lid space here where I'm going to put the shimmers just to have a nice tacky base for these shades. So what do we want to start with? I think maybe it makes most sense to start off with Narrow Belly and the outer corner. Oh, I'm so attracted to the shade. I love greens and like minty tones. So I'm just gonna fill out the outer corner space. Pretty simple. I'm just gonna use a bunch of different metallics as much as I can fit on the eyes. Now let's go into blue. Maybe I should take this one right here called Fig Me Thorny. I don't think I'm saying that right. And use that here. And the center, this one's definitely very smooth. I mean, overall, these shimmers are on the lighter side, so you're going to have to kind of build them to get them to be a little bit more opaque. Let me go back over the green. So now let's take a little bit of Low Crown, the lavender smooth shade, and I think I'm gonna top Giraffe over that. I just want it to maybe give it a little bit more of a base. Ooh, ooh, that's pretty. I'm gonna take that Giraffe shade now. I'm gonna use my finger. This one is one of the more foiled ones, and I'm just gonna tap that over. See, because that other shade helped give like a nice little base. Oh yeah, that's absolutely stunning. Do we want to take a little bit of Tiger Tail over here too? Over that blue. Kind of layer them. Gorgeous. These are really pretty. And they build up narrow belly too. I mean, I think that's basically it for the lid. Now let's use one of the shades as an inner corner highlight. Maybe would I want to use Paradoxal? I think that one is really gorgeous. So I'm going to use that one in the very inner corner, and I'm going to wet the brush just to avoid fallout, because that one does have some texture, and I'm just gonna pop it right there. Yes, a little pinky green shifty moment. That's gorgeous. See, I don't know why I ended up doing one whole eye. And I'm gonna take one more shade to use as a brow bone highlight. I'm going to go into Cindo, and I'm just gonna top that on the brow bone. Maybe I should wet it as well, you know, to avoid a little bit of fallout happening. Ooh, wow, that is gorgeous up there. Like, why not? Extra shimmer goes right there. That's really pretty. Okay, yes, so that's what I'm gonna do pretty much for the eye. I'm not gonna put anything on the lower lash line, so let me finish off the other eye, and then I will be right back. So the other eye is done, and this is basically it for the shadows that I'm going to use. I need to clean up the green line shape that I have a little bit more, put something in my waterline, some mascara, figure out if I want to add some extra details, but you know I probably will. So I'm going to do that step off camera, and then I will be back to show you guys the completed look. All right, my loves, I am back, and here is the completed look. What do you guys think of this one? I feel like it looks very soft, glowy, ethereal, very springy, and I just love that. I think the theme of this palette is so pretty and soft, and it's perfect for the time of the year that we're in. And I feel kind of like a fairy princess. I mean, I know this is like a sea theme, but I feel like a fairy. But all I did off camera was I did add some gems, which I use like different size. I went from small to bigger. These are very iridescent, like shifty gems, and I used some over here where like it's sloping down from the arch. I kept them all the same size over here, but I thought it added a little extra touch to the look, and I just wanted to be extra sparkly, okay? That's what I like. And then what else I did off camera was I went in with this Uden's Eye liner and just a white color just to brighten up the waterline. I didn't put anything else down there, and I used my usual combo for mascara, the Milani Highly Rated and the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift mascara. And then for my lips, I kept it soft and nudie and glowy. This is the Shine lipstick. This is in the shade called June Gloom. It's like a perfect nudie tone for me, and it's so sheeny. And that is basically it that I did off camera. I mean, I tight lined a little bit with this black pencil. I didn't do any like liner on top. I just kept it overall like very soft and light, besides, you know, the green shape liner that I have through the crease. But that is all I did off camera to complete this look. So overall, I really love this palette. So that's good for my pockets. I don't feel like I wasted my money. I think the quality is excellent in this one. I love these pastel iridescent multi-chromes. They're so pretty, they're so sparkly. I can see myself using this palette a lot for like inner corner highlights, as topper shades, as shades to pair with like pastel mattes or darker mattes when I want something really bright and contrasting on the lids. They're just so pretty, high quality, and they're on the smoother end, definitely smoother than some of their other palettes. Like the La Cienega palette had some very thick, scratchy foiled shades that crease really bad on my lids, but I don't think I'm gonna have creasing issues. Even these more flaky ones, I feel like if you just tap them on, you'll be fine. I mean, if you layer them up too much, they may crease, but if you pair this with like a good like glitter primer or a wet brush, I don't think you're gonna have an issue with this. And there's only about 5 that are on that more flaky side, and the rest of them are actually super smooth. I do feel like this is going to be a more user-friendly palette and great for all of y'all that want some more smoother shimmers, but you're wanting some, you know, shimmery multi-chrome iridescent shades in your life. And if you don't have a lot of shades like this, I feel like it will add to your collection. And I feel like overall it's a nice palette. Now, I can't tell you whether it's worth $140 or not. That will be up to you. But if you see yourself using these kind of shimmers, or you're wanting to add these to your collection because you don't have shimmers like this, then I think it would be a great addition. And I don't think you would be disappointed with the quality in here. But if you have a lot of shades like this, it may not be worth it. If you don't see yourself using these kind of shimmers, I don't think it will be worth it. But it's up to you whether you'd want to spend that $140 price tag, but I'm happy with it, and I feel like I'm gonna get my money's worth because these are the kind of shimmers I do like to play with and can see myself using a lot. So that was my thoughts on this palette, the look that I was able to create, the swatches and everything. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Does this seem worth it to you or not? Did you purchase? Did you pass? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you are new here and you enjoy this video and you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot on indie makeup, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the palette linked, the release information. I will also link the rest of my makeup that I'm wearing, like my foundation and all of that, in case you're curious. I will also link other Adept Cosmetics videos that I've done if you're curious about their other products. And I will have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, supporting my channel, being amazing. I just appreciate all of you guys so much, and I just hope all of you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.